Let's quickly hop into this trade. Okay, now this is PAINX. If you enjoy cutting spike or scalping on boom and crash, then you should love these indices on WelTrade. Okay, this is PAINX and GAINX. Now we are going to be looking at the exact strategy you can use to trade PAINX and GAINX, just like boom and crash on WelTrade. Okay, now welcome to this video. We are going to be combining a use of chart pattern and indicator. Okay, use of chart pattern and indicator. So the chart pattern we are using today is a pennant. Can you see that? Is a pennant. If you don't know how to identify your chart patterns, you can type in the comments requesting a video for it. Okay, so right now we have a pennant. Can you see that? So we're going to be combining the pennant breakout and then our indicator. Now, right on our chart right here, we identify this shape forming right here. Can you see that? This is the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so this is a 15 minutes time frame on PAINX, which is also like crash what 500 or crash 1000. So this is PAINX 1200. Okay, you have to identify a chart pattern. So after identifying the chart pattern, all you have to do is wait for a breakout out of that chart pattern. Okay, now look at this. I had to use my trend line to mark out these chart pattern right here. Okay, so I used my trend line to mark out this chart pattern right here. You can see that. So it must not be this exact chart pattern that you will find, but if you are lucky to find this, then you can use it. Okay, so when I came to the chart, I saw rejections. Okay, I saw rejection over here, rejection. Okay, hitting the trend line and bouncing backward. So I waited for a break. It's either going to break upward or break downward. So it broke to the upside. Can you see that? So it broke to the upside, and after that I waited for a retracement. Okay, can you see this retracement? Let me zoom in. Can you see that? I waited for a pullback toward the level that was broken. Can you see that? So after that, I also waited for after the pullback candle. This bearish candle right here is the pullback candle. After that, I did not jump in right away. I had to wait for the next candle to form. Okay, the next candle to form and close above the bearish candle. Can you see that? So this bullish candle closed above the bearish candle. So that was a confirmation that price is likely going to continue heading upward. So that was why I had to take that trade. Further had indicator confirmation. Okay, so I further had indicator confirmation. With this alone, you can actually take a trade by trading just breakout. But as a beginner, if you need, that's why I'm putting additional indicators. If you need additional confirmation, your indicator will tell you. Okay, now on our main chart we have the Ichimoku. Okay, we have the Ichimoku, that's the blue line you are seeing there, and on our indicator window we have the Ichimoku also, and then we have the stochastic oscillator to indicate our levels. Okay, so let's head over to the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, now looking at the 5 minutes time frame, you can see our Ichimoku has crossed over to this other side. See, initially it was on top of the price. Now it has gone below the price. It has gone below the price. Can you see that? And you can see it acts as a support right here. It acted as a support, okay, for that pullback, for that retracement. Can you see that? So the bearish candle ended there and it bounced upward. Can you see that? So now looking at our indicator window right here, we can identify that the Ichimoku has reached what? Level 20, which is the oversold level. So that it's starting trending upward, and that is a confirmation that price is likely was going towards continue trending upward, and that gave me the confidence to take this trade. This strategy can be used to trade your PAINX and your GAINX on WelTrade, and it can also be used to trade your boom and crash on your Deriv indices. Okay, so you can see we are currently in profit. Okay, let me head over to the 1 minute time frame. Can you see that we are currently in profit, guys? Can you see that? So I'm scalping the little candles. Can you see that? So this strategy can also be used for what? For spike catching. Now if I head over back to the 15 minutes time frame, okay, if price had broke downward, we'll be what? Catching spike. Okay, we'll be catching spike because it's going to be crashing downward. But because price broke upward, that was why we entered a buy trade for a scalp. So overall, what you have to do is identify a chart pattern. Okay, if you could not find a chart pattern, use this indicator alone. Okay, use this indicator alone. If you could not find a chart pattern, you use the Ichimoku alone on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, but because I found a chart pattern right here, that's why I had to include my price action analysis to it. Can you see that? I had to include my price action analysis to it. But if you didn't get a chart pattern, you have to set up your indicator and use it alone. Now let's look at the 1 minute time frame. So to use this indicator alone without chart pattern, you have to ensure, if you want to catch spike, you have to ensure that price on the higher time frame is what? Bearish. It should be what? Price on the higher time frame should be bearish. It should be heading downward. Then you come over to your 1 minute time frame and wait for a time where the Ichimoku has hit level 80, which is the overbought level. Okay, and then you can hop into a trade. So when Ichimoku hits level 80, you wait for the first spike to occur. So when the first spike occurred, the Ichimoku that was initially this way will now come over to this side. So that is when you can now hop into the trade and catch more spikes. Now, if you want to scalp using this strategy, you have a scenario right here. So wait for when Ichimoku touches what? Level 20. Okay, touches level 20 and start coming upward. Now, by the time it starts coming upward, the Ichimoku on the main chart has now crossed over to this other side. Okay, so then you can now hop into the trade and scalp these candlesticks. This strategy is very, very accurate and you are going to make a lot of profit from it. So let's check gain S, which is equivalent to boom 1000, boom 500. Okay, so let's check gain S 1200. Let's see if the strategy works for it. So let's check for gain S 1200. Here is it right here. Now look at the strategy right here. Can you see that? Can you see this? This strategy is very, very accurate. Now you can see that when price hits what? Level 20. Okay, when the Ichimoku hits level 20 and started heading upward, okay, a spike what occurred. Can you see that? A spike occurred and the Ichimoku on the main chart moved from being above the chart towards being below the chart. Then you can hop into the trade and catch many more spikes. Can you see this, guys? So this strategy is very, very accurate and is beginner friendly, easy to understand. I'm going to give you the setup of the indicator right away. And let me show you how to scalp with it on gain X 1200, which is also equivalent to what? Boom 1000 or boom 500. So now look at this right here. When the Ichimoku hits level 80, okay, and started coming downward, if you hit level 80, don't just enter. You have to wait for it to start what? Curving back down. Then wait for the Ichimoku to cross over to this other side. Then thereafter, you can now hop into the trade and scalp more candlestick all the way down. Can you see that you can scalp all the way down? Okay, depending on what the higher time frame is saying. Can you see that? You can see how it went all the way down, before spike started coming in, before it started trending upward. So this is exactly how to use the strategy. You can use it to trade your boom and crash. You can use it to trade your gain S and pain S on your WelTrade. Okay, now let's check it on boom and crash. Let's go over to boom and crash. Let's head over to Deriv indices now. So we are currently on boom 1000. Now look at this, guys. This is different. Now the boom and crash and the pain S and gain S there's no difference. Okay, they all move in the same manner. Okay, now look at it right here. You can see that when the Ichimoku hits level 80, can you see that? And the Ichimoku also crossed over to the other side, to the up of the price. Can you see that it started with coming downward? And you can enter for a sell, and you are going to catch all, you are going to scalp all these candlesticks. When it hits level 20 right here, okay, and then you have to wait for a spike to occur. When that spike occurs, it's going to make the Ichimoku to move from this side to the other side. Then you can hop into the trade, and you are going to catch more spikes to the upside. Can you see that? So this strategy is very, very accurate. Now look at it. It's still occurring right here. Each time it hits level 80, it starts what? Going downward. And each time it hits level 20, it starts what? Going upward, guys. This is very accurate and easy to use. Now, this is how to use the strategy with just your indicator. If you didn't identify any chart pattern for you to wait for a breakout, okay? We're back to PAINX. Okay, before we go check out the setup, let's check how our trade is going. Can you see that? You can see our trade is going perfectly well. It's running into profits. Okay, can you see we have $2.33 already? Okay, let me show you on the higher time frame. Can you see that? It's moving all the way to the upside. Guys. This is amazing. Okay, now if you trade breakout, if you combine your breakout strategy alongside with a confirmation with your indicators, you are going to make good profit, guys. You're going to make good profit. So let's head over to our indicator window to check out the setting of this amazing indicator. Okay, so we are here now on our indicator window. So these are the indicators we used for this strategy. Okay, you can see we are trading PAINX 1200. Okay, so on your main chart, you're going to be adding the Ichimoku. Okay, let me show you the setting of the Ichimoku of the main chart. Can you see? Here are the parameters for the Ichimoku. We have the Tenkan-sen to be 10, the Kijun-sen to be 10, the Seiko Span B to be 65. Okay, and do not tick the field. Don't tick the field. Leave it unticked. So just take a screenshot of it so you can remember. Then scroll down. You are going to change the style color of Tenkan-sen to blue, and change the style color of Kijun-sen to blue also. Can you see that? Then the remaining ones right here, this up Kumo. So this is the up Kumo. Can you see that? So the up Kumo should be the color of your chart. And then the next one is down Kumo. It should also be the color of your chart. And the Chico Span should also be the color of your chart. The only ones you have to change their color is the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. Okay, those names are jaw-breaking. Okay, so I believe you understand. So those are the ones you have to change their color. So just take a screenshot of the parameters and click on save. Okay, now let's head over to the indicator window. Okay, the indicator window. The first indicator is the stochastic oscillator. So tap on it now. The stochastic oscillator, these are the parameters. So the K period, can you see it, is 2. The D period is 3. And then the slowing is 2. Okay, now the price feed should be low, high, and the method should be linear weights. Okay, then we have the levels here, level 20 and level 80. So you apply to all time frame. Now look at the style. The style of the stochastic oscillator should be the same color with your background color. Okay, the only ones that should have color is the level. Let me click on the level here. So the level should have some color, so you'll be able to identify it on your chart. Okay, so that's the setting of your stochastic oscillator, and after that you click on save. Now the last indicator to apply to your indicator window is the Ichimoku. Okay, Ichimoku, and is the same setting with the first Ichimoku that is on the main chart. So it's basically the same setting. You can see that right here. So it's the same setting, okay? The same, the colors should also be applied according to the first one I have shown you. And after that, you click on save. So this is how to set up your indicator for this strategy, and you are going to make massive profit trading Pain S 1200 and Gain S 1200 on WelTrade, or trading boom and crash on Deriv indices. Okay, so we are back on our chart right now. Can you see that? We're back on our chart. You can see we are still running in profit, guys. We are still running in profit. Okay, so if you got value from this video, I want you to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video to a friend that needs good strategy to trade on WelTrade and Deriv indices. Okay, drop a comment in the comment section and tell me if you were profitable using this trading strategy. So thank you for watching. Bye.